Okay, we hit go live.
Awesome.
Okay, that should put us live with A2 Digital. How are we doing, guys? I hope you are well. If you guys didn't catch us last week or you're pretty new to this group, then you may not know that my name is Jack D. Harker, and to the left or to the right of me, I'm not too sure until I look at the screen right now where she is and on here, but we've got Shauna as well.
Hey guys.
Let's have a look.
I think I'm on the right.
She's to the right of me on this side.
Or left,
Yeah, you are.
depending on what way you're looking.
That's it, isn't it? So I'm just going to get this shared out because right now we have left this group public until it gains some more people in. Obviously, we want as many people to come in just on their own accord at first before then we privatize it and make it private. Just that, yeah.
That's the one.
Let me share that. Share it again. Is it gonna let me do it again? Not from there. Okay, so tonight we're going to be covering personal development. Personal development for us, for both of us, and for across our journeys of becoming self-aware and starting to live our best lives and utilizing digital world to become who we want to become and live the lives that we want to do. Our personal development has played a big part in that, and you guys are going to realize this over the course of the time that we have here together, like for the years and years it comes along. I'm gonna have to excuse me 1 minute. I need to burp there. I didn't want this to come out loud for you guys.
Clear yourself up.
Isn't it? So like I said, yeah, personal development, it has and is and always will be a big part for us. Like for sure. So I'm going to pull these up here to see who's hopping on, and let's see if we can see the comments as well. Awesome. So we're going to fire into personal development. Okay, personal development. Give you a rundown of it. Give you guys, So give you guys a rundown on the importance and the benefits of personal development, the types of different personal developments that are out there for you guys, which is what we're going to be covering on towards the end. How to get started with personal development, along with the benefits and the importance. We're going to cover our stories a little bit, and then we're also going to give you the resources that you need to get yourself on the right step. And the very simple resources, like they are available to anyone, like worldwide, wherever you need them, they're there for you. So we're going to be covering them with you towards the end as well. We're going to try and cram all this into an hour, right, Shauna?
Yeah, we're going to try our best.
We are.
So if we don't, we have a plan B.
We do have a plan B. What we're going to do is, if we do not manage to cram this all into one episode for tonight only, then what we're going to do is do a part 2 next week. But I'm not into doing these part 2s. Like part 2s are something you see on TikTok, not Facebook as one of these. But obviously, by an hour's gone, it's like 10 p.m. Do you really want to be up to hearing us babble on? Probably not. So that's why we will then move into a part 2 next week.
Yes.
But yeah, shall we fire in? Oh, one thing I do want to say is that it hasn't been a rush for Miss Shauna to jump on to us tonight. Like, this week has been a busy week for her, not within her business, but more to with family. Like, just like me, family is important to her. Like, caring for, supporting her family is key. And she's been needed this week. Great letter by family. She's doing a great job. So she's rushed on here. She's managed to get on here. She's done a new little setup. So you're probably not going to see the background that she has right now ever again. Maybe, maybe, who knows? But yeah, she's in a temporary location. Okay. So yeah, let's fire. Awesome. Let's fire in. Do you want to go over one of the first point of the importance of personal development, Shauna?
Absolutely. Right. So it forces you out of your comfort zone. The reason why I absolutely love this one is because it's so true. The thing is, so for example, you're doing a job, let's say 9 to 5, and there is areas of that job you're not going to like. You could be comfortable, for example, in customer service, and next minute they tell you, "Oh, right, we're going to need your help in the warehouse today." Completely two different things. I know, and it might not happen. I've had it before, so I'm just working on that experience. But that is totally out of your comfort zone. And I think the first thing you get in your head is alarm bells, and you're like, "Hell nah, I ain't doing that. That's not for me. I know what I'm doing in this area. I ain't going outside that area." Let me tell you, it is a mistake to stay in this zone and not go out of that zone. And Jack will definitely agree. I believe confronting the areas that you're scared of is what progresses you in life, to be honest. If you're feeling fear and you're scared, do it. Honestly, the adrenaline rush afterwards is amazing. It's like, say you hate crowds and someone says, "Get up on stage and sing karaoke," and you're like, "I'd rather die." No, I'm not good with that. Get on and do it. You'll have fun. Yeah, you'll make a fool out of yourself, maybe, but you have fun doing it. I mean, me and Jack, we'll put that on the bucket list because we're going to do it one day.
Yeah, for sure.
So definitely. But not only that, it gives you the opportunity to grow your skills that you already have. If you're good at one thing, you're going to be so much better at it, and your mind is going to be so different once you go out of that comfort zone. And I definitely highly recommend this. It's a bit like traveling for me. When I first went traveling solo, I wanted to cry in the airport, but I didn't. I just got in, got done. Bear in mind that for my first flight alone, I was so late and slept past my alarm, and it was all panic anyway. And I was like, "Oh my God." But then I arrived in Barcelona, I met this lovely bloke, and see where we are now. This is getting out of the comfort zone. This is the future progressing. So yeah, that is definitely my first one. Up to you, Jack.
For sure. Like, and just to add on the comfort zone there, like, people need to sort of learn, and this is something we're going to be pushing on towards, like, towards later on in it, digital, like, this is what we're going, this is one of the key things that we're going to be constantly pushing, is stepping out your comfort zone, because you guys need to become, instead of being in your comfort zone, you need to start being comfortable with being out of your comfort zone, and not just being comfortable with it, but being like uncomfortably comfortable with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a must. And obviously, Sean would have said then that it, yeah, for sure. Like Sean would have said then, like, it's going to develop the areas in your life. You know, it's going to develop the areas in your life that need to be developed. And this is what I want to move on to next. It develops your strengths. Okay, personal development develops your strengths, because what it enables you to do is to figure out what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are. It allows you to understand where you want to go in life and what you've got already to move yourself forward, and it helps you strengthen that. Right, personal development plan is not only to help improve on your weaknesses, yeah, but it's also to develop your strengths. Wow, period. Okay, take time to focus on nurturing and using the strengths more, and you'll go from being good at it to being absolutely excellent at it. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's as simple as that. Yeah,
damn straight. All right, so over to me again. Right, so yeah, talking about strengthening what you have in yourself, one of the top things that I like to talk about strengthening is confidence. Reason this is a big topic for myself, I believe it is for Jack as well. My confidence was so lacking once upon a time. I definitely wouldn't be doing something like this right now. Don't get me wrong, it still terrifies me, but this is me, again, getting out of my comfort zone and wanting to do this. I feel adrenaline doing this, and Jack knows what I'm like, because I always worry about mumbling and gambling on. But this is me working on my confidence, and I'm so happy to be on here doing that. But the reason why I say confidence is so important in life, because you don't realize what doors open with confidence. You need to learn to be comfortable in your own skin and be comfortable with who you are as a person. At the end of the day, the way I look at it is, you are unique, I'm unique, Jack is unique. No one else is like you, so there's no point comparing yourself to anyone else. If you think, "Oh, I'm not that confident, I can't do that, I can't do this, they'll think this," don't give a care what anyone else thinks. I've literally got past that point in my life where if someone doesn't like me, I am happy with that. I surround myself with people that give me good energy, good vibes, and are happy with who I am as a person and what I bring to the table being me. And once you have achieved, say, a certain goal in life, the only way you're going to achieve that goal, I think, Jack might have a different opinion there, I think goals, they can be achieved by confidence as well. Because if you say, "I'm going to set that goal for a month away," and you don't actually work on it and don't have the confidence to think you can do it, you're never going to reach that goal in a month that you've planned.
No.
You need to be confident in the steps you're making to reach that goal. And without confidence, it's kind of thin dust. But confidence, unfortunately, I can't say to you, you're going to watch this and wake up tomorrow feeling like cloud nine and you're the best thing that's walked the planet. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. Confidence can take a long, long time to get up to a certain level where you are confident in yourself. It's not a turnaround point. It can take months, it can take weeks, it can take days. It depends on the person. But doing stuff like this, challenging yourself and stepping out of that comfort zone, it is going to make you naturally feel so good about yourself in the end. And I tell you that now because you're going to be like, I did that. I might have not liked how I did it and I looked like a div, but I did it and I'm happy. So yeah, confidence.
For sure. So improving your self-awareness as well. Like you guys, yeah, and I'm not saying this to offend anybody, but you guys may think you know who you are. Okay. And I was saying this to some of my team a couple of weeks back, like you may think you know who you are, but in reality, you don't. Okay. Until you start going down that personal development journey and starting to realize who you want to become. Okay. And who you are right now. That's just how it is. Yeah, personal development is closely linked to self-awareness, very, very closely linked. And it gives you the opportunity to take an honest look in the areas of the life that need the improvement. Okay, not everybody's perfect. Even the people that study personal development for years and years and years, like them people ain't perfect, let me tell you. Yeah. But they're on a start. They're winning. Yeah, they're winning. Okay. But through this process, you're going to get to know who you really are, what your true values are, and where you want to go in life. Okay. And once you get through this process, you're going to be able to improve your self-awareness and experience true fulfillment in what you're trying to crush. Okay. So for me, personal development came because I wanted like it came with my business essentially. Like I started my business, yeah. And there was like, don't you tell me that. Like, I know I want to start this business. I know I can crush this without personal development. Like, a bullshit. Like, I tell you now, I needed it. Yeah. And since I've been on that journey, and been taking the consistent action within that, like, that's when I've been able to figure out who I am, where I want to go, and who I want to become. Yeah. I wanted to step into my power. And by God, am I doing that? Do you know what I mean? For sure. So there are the four major important. No, they can't. Like it's not a thing, is it? Someone messaged me the other day, like, not the other day, today actually. I was like, I am something. It was a word that would describe outstandingly confident that you will be able to do something like that. That's what they were saying. I was like, you know what, yeah, I am. Yes, I am. Yeah. But that confidence doesn't come with just being like, I've not always been confident, like, to be honest. Like, you're going to hear a lot of my story throughout A2 Digital and for as long as it goes, but like, I wasn't a confident person. In fact, I was the opposite, you know, like I was far from confident. Rue, I hope you're well. Yeah, tag people that you want to jump on this, but feel free to invite people into the group. For sure, it'd be good to see Peter, and he will take value from this group. But yeah, so there were the four major. No, where was that? Confidence. So for me, confidence, I wasn't a confident person back in the day. Like I wasn't. Like growing up, I wasn't confident. But confidence has had to come with the business. Yeah. I've stepped into the power of mentoring people and coaching people, okay, on a daily basis. And without having that confidence to do that, it was a little bit of a struggle, do you know what I mean? But even if you wanted to go ahead and start a mentoring business or a coaching business, or if that's a specific area you want to go into, then for sure, you would need some sort of confidence, but not right away. Like you just build that on. Yeah. For the other side of my business, for like the sales side of it, like, do I need the confidence for that? Not really. All I need to be confident is in that I can run it, and I can produce ads, and I can produce an automated system for the sales to happen. Yeah. That's essentially that. But that's going off on a tangent, and we don't want to do that. We want to stick on track because we don't got enough time, you know. They are the four most important things that I would say for and the benefits. The four most important things. Right? There's plenty more, which as well as sort of like how you can see, then we're going to follow on with like how to get started on the types of different personal development. Okay, so we've got a lot of stuff written down. So if you see us looking at different screens or you see us looking at whatever, it's because we've written them down so then we can give them. We're not really having to think at the top of our head. You know what I mean? Like we've planned. Like preparing to plan is the best thing. Like not preparing fails, doesn't it? What's the saying?
Yeah.
Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. We're not like that. We don't want to do that. Okay, we want to give you the best.
Yeah, definitely. Keeps the mind going as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna run through. Yeah, for sure. Like it does keep your mind going. Like these aren't just a case of us jumping on a live stream and being and that coming to give you value. Like it takes time and preparation to be able to do it. Okay, like it does do that. And literally like from the minute that we end live stream, like we're already planning 2-3 weeks ahead. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's what you need to do in order to give you the best experience. Okay. I've realized that I'm looking really, really white. I don't know why. I think it might be the ring light and pretty white room.
Looking great.
But yeah, so I'm gonna kick off running through a few, and then I'm gonna pass it back to Sean, and then she'll pass it back to me, and we're gonna just do it like that and try and ram through some and give you guys added value on them as well. Okay, on some of them. So when you're doing personal development and you coming into personal development, you're going to become happier. Okay, it's not only going to make you happier, but it's going to allow your relationships to improve with yourself and others. Okay, so not just yourself, but it's going to affect the people around you. I know when I first started personal development, people was like I can't stand you being all like hippie dude freaky person. I'm like, no, it's all right. Like it's okay. It's okay. We need it. And I'm not really like that anymore. Like I can control it. Like I don't push it, boast it about it anymore. Really, do you know what I mean? But yeah, also like we said above, like you're going to be learning new things. You're going to be able to live a better lifestyle as well. Because personal development is not just a mindset. Like it comes down to your health as well. I've lacked on the health side of personal development for a while, but if we get back on that track of that,
I'm the same. I agree.
We're gonna fire on. We're gonna fire on. Yeah, so you're gonna see improvement on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're better able. Yeah, so you're gonna be able to live better. You're gonna be able to adapt to change. Okay, you're gonna be able to know when to embrace it, accept it, and seek change for yourself. In your life, you're going to be better accepting and adapting into the unexpected or out of your control change. Okay, you don't just change, you need to change. Okay,
yes,
whether good or bad is change is brought to yourself from your personal development. Okay, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. But with a strong foundation, you're going to be more likely to be
no, absolutely. I agree with that.
With your achievement, you're better able to deal with any of the anxiety and the negative emotions that may arise from any situation. Okay. So I'll pass it over to Shauna for a few.
Awesome. So I find with personal development, you're able to make better decisions and solve problems better. Because I find without personal development, when it comes to making decisions or solving problems, you get yourself kind of a stick in the mud, you get stuck in a fiddle. And I think with the personal development, because you're also working on your mindset, it makes such a big improvement that you are able to work through things quicker without panicking in it and worrying about all the bad things to come. And also on that note, it also does make you healthier, and that is in mindset and lifestyle. Obviously, I've got to work on that. It's been a bit of a downfall lately where I've been hitting too much chocolate and sweets. I will tell you now, I'm guilty as sod, but I am working on it. But it makes you healthier in yourself, because the things you do in order to improve on your self-development, they are things that help you in becoming a better person and healthier. But not only that, if you have made personal goals, business goals, whatever goals you've made, I've made plenty of both, you are more likely with personal development to reach those goals. And the only reason I say that is because without the personal development, you might think, yeah, I'll do this. I always used to, before I started this, I used to sit at night and think, I'm going to do that tomorrow, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that. I've got up and done now. Because massive procrastination procrastinator. Is that the right word? Procrastinator?
Yeah.
Yes, I was a massive procrastinator, and now I'm not, because I'm like, Shawnee, you got to do this, otherwise nothing's going to happen. So I gave myself a good kick in the butt. So yeah, you are definitely more likely to reach business goals, lifetime goals you've made for yourself if you are more focused up there. Also, you are most likely to have financial. I am making up words tonight. You are more likely to have financial and career success. I tell you what, there's not one person in this life that says they do not want that for themselves. We're born, and the idea of being happily, I'm losing words tonight, happily financially and happily with your career, that is like the main aspect of life. You want to be able to look into the future and be like, I want to be comfortable and have money behind me. And then also you're like, I want a career I'm going to be happy in, and I'm not going to be working till sod age, miserable, because I can't stand it. And that's the thing. Being with the personal development, you're going to be able to reach those goals, and you're going to be so much happier doing them because it's you that's in charge and you've set those goals in place. So yes, and also not only that, you inspire others. I think this is a massive one for me and Jack. I think it's one of the biggest reasons we wanted to do this also. Obviously, we're not going to say, oh, we're the bee's knees and we can inspire you. But what we feel we can bring to the table, we believe we can inspire you to make slight changes in your life. As I said on the first call last week, you don't have to be in this business. You can do it for your lifestyle. You do know how good personal development is, and the mindset advice we are going to give that is going to change your lifestyle. Even if you don't want to do anything else, do it for your lifestyle, because the changes are immense and they are so worth it. So that's why we're on here, because we're hoping we're inspiring you for a better lifestyle or business change. That's what we want to do for you. And also, it feels good. I'm not gonna lie, getting up every day and knowing that I'm like this, it feels so good. As Jack mentioned at the beginning, obviously I've had a bit of a family crisis this week where I have relocated for the week, which is the joys of doing this, because I can do that. But without these steps in place, like personal development, I don't know if I would have been able to do this week as well. I probably would have said to Jack, I can't do this call, I'm not in the right mindset. When you work on your personal development, even if everything goes wrong around you, you have the energy and the belief, and you're like, I can do this. But it's all up there, because there's a lot. It's like Jack himself, when we do come to sharing our stories down the line, there is so much we'd like to share, and where we were at a point and this and that, and there is so much we'd like to share. It feels awesome to know that you're in control of your life and you're not letting negative emotions rule you, because it's so easy like that. It's in a positive thought is harder, I find, to get than a negative. Negativity rubs off so quick. Positivity doesn't. That's why it's so good to make yourself self-positive. No one can make you positive. If you refuse to see the light in the darkness, no one else can help you. That is a unique goal that I believe you have to achieve. And I say it's very interesting. So every day, waking up since the start of this journey has been interesting, because I learn something new every day. Every day is a school day, and it's amazing because I love learning, and I get really confused, but I do learn it eventually. And Jack would say he helps me learn a lot of things. So I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. So Jack is like my second tutor. He learns me a lot of things, but it's so interesting because not every day is the same, which I absolutely love. I love doing different things every day. I love changes, and I just love the unknown, really. I'm not going to go into Frozen, people. I'm not singing Frozen, but I'm saying I like the unknown, okay? Jack.
Into the unknown.
You got me.
So it's going to be affecting all areas in your life, okay? It's not just a mindset, like I said earlier. It's not just a mindset, like it can be health, it can be your career, it can be family life, that can be anything. Like personal development is going to help you in all aspects of your life. Like it's not just applied in one area, although it may start off because you're wanting to improve in one area. In your life, so in a vast amount of it, even them areas that you think are already perfect, okay, you're going to come more aware of yourself, okay. Awareness is necessary for personal growth, guys, okay. Is the first step for yourself, okay, in your life, and yeah, your life around you, yeah, working around you, yeah. Awareness is highly valuable. like, period. Okay, it allows you to realize and learn facts and stay grounded in reality, like being able to stay down in that sort of grounded level rather than being like down in a below grounded, like in a low slump, you know, bad mental health state, to being like all like out of this world. You know what I mean? Like, it helps you stay afloat, which is good. Okay, you think better and become smarter. Yeah, period. Yeah, better society. Now, it's not going to change. You doing personal development is not going to go and change society as the whole. Like, it's not going to go and change Boris Johnson's decisions. Okay, it's not doing that. It's just not a thing. But it's going to help the smaller society around you. Yeah, you're going to improve that. You're going to find a new circle. Whether you want to or not, it'll happen. Like, even if you still have your old circle, you're still going to find that new circle of people that now vibe with you, for sure. Yeah, self-esteem. You know, Sean mentioned that before with confidence, so I'm not going to go too much into that one, to be fair. But yeah, that's for that one. Sense of direction. Find your purpose. Love this one. Get stepping into your power. Yeah, finding your purpose in life, where you want to go. Let's do a little bit of story time. Started this business because I wanted to find a career that was allow me to stay at home with my children. Okay, for me to do that, I went and found a career that was going to help me in sales. Because I knew that sales and internet marketing was one of the best things out there to do. Okay, digital marketing for some of you guys. So I wanted to find something like that, and not only that, I wanted to find something with automation of it, and so that's what led me into this business. Now, what I didn't understand with this business was that I was able to help many more people come into a business like this, and not just fetch them into a business, but grow them, mentor them, coach them. Yeah, and that is my newfound power. Like, I love the sales part. I love my commissions, and I love doing that. But what I love more is helping the newest people creating a lifestyle in the digital world. Like, that is my purpose. And if I do not, it helps, you know. It's helped. You're gonna find more opportunities and more luck, okay? Especially, or you think may look like you may think gonna look, and that's really if you go into the law of attraction side of personal development. I wouldn't say law of attraction were a part of personal development, but they very work close together, for sure. And we'll probably do an episode later down the line. As much as I do study law of attraction and I do go into law of attraction and I do things around law of attraction, I'm not the perfect guru on it. So we may even fetch a little guest on for you, to do that instead. Because why not? Give you guys the best value.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to overcome fear, overcome things that you wouldn't normally have, without having your personal growth and personal development within inside of you. Don't settle. Yeah, you don't settle for no second best anymore. What you do is you settle when you've got what you want. It's when you're settling, and you get to discover yourself. Okay, discovering yourself is incredible. I offer discovery calls to anyone wanting to get started in a business. Okay, like, it's one of the packages that I offer that's free of charge. That's just like an open thing. You can schedule a call me. I usually do them Fridays and Saturdays, morning time, sometimes Friday afternoons, but it just depends on me and my family life and what we're wanting to do, on the Saturday especially. Like, Fridays are pretty more spacious, but discovering that helping them discover where they are now and where they want to go in life before they've even touched down on personal development. And obviously personal development is stuff that I do push in and be like, you know, have you ever considered on working on this or that aspect of where you want to be going. And before I pass it on to Shauna, I'm going to say it's a lot more creative. Helps you become more creative. Like, if you speak to yourself now, okay, it is okay to speak to yourself. That's fine. Okay, when you start to know your mindset a lot better and work on that, right, you speak to yourself in a lot better of a manner. Okay, not just speaking to yourself like just speaking to yourself in a conversation, but being the creative person that you need to become. Okay, I drive a lot. Okay, throughout the weeks, like, I drive a hell of a lot, and the amount of ideas that pop into my head and the little conversation I have and creating new things, yeah, I have to switch voice notes on my phone and just record myself, because otherwise I forget, yeah. But it helps you become more creative. Gonna pass it over to you, mate. While I have a drink.
Absolutely. But yeah, on that note, definitely talking to yourself. Don't think you're crazy, because I do it all of the time. And you know, I actually love it. But obviously the worrying thing is, obviously I ask myself a question and I answer myself, but it's all good, to be honest. But as Jack says, when your personal development has been worked on, the way you talk to yourself is so different. Because I used to talk to myself with self-doubt, like, you can't do this. I don't do that anymore, because you don't realize you're putting a restriction on yourself by talking to yourself like that and not giving yourself to full potential. You are blocking stuff off. But let's go on to the next. Right, so we're going to give you some details on how to start with personal development, right, Jack?
Yeah, so there's so many different ways that you can do it, and we have around 70 different ways that you can start. Okay, there's not one way best to start. There's just not. You just got to figure out what's perfect for you. So what I'm going to do is, or what we're gonna do is just flick over some of them, not all of them, because all of them you're gonna get bored, for sure. So as we're going through the list that we've created, we're just going to pick out the best ones to dish out to you, because I've decided halfway through this one we ain't doing a part 2 next week. We're going to give you more value on something else next week, right? For sure. So do you want to crack on with some of them, Shauna?
Absolutely. Right, so I want to start off with goals. Obviously we have spoke a bit about this, but so I want to talk about setting goals for yourself. That is the biggest first step of personal development. So setting goals and definitely writing down your goals. If you're keeping your goals in your head, more than likely they are not going anywhere. It's fine to set a goal, but it's like me saying I'm going to be doing this on this date and not putting it in my calendar. I've got a 30-second memory. It's not going to stay in there forever. That's me being honest. Writing down your goals is definitely important, because then you'll see them. And the more you read them, it's like, what would you call it, Jack? It goes like implements into your brain then, doesn't it? Because you're looking at
it. It implements into your brain. It's like it sort of wires together. There's a saying for it. Good for a good mentor of mine, Adrian. He says like neurons that fire together, wire together. And you actually writing things down is going to help that improve even more. Essentially, like not just thinking about it, but writing it down. And it's the same with law of attraction. Like you're writing down all these gratitudes and these affirmations. That's just a small part of it, but because you're constantly writing them down, it wires together, fires together, and great things happen. But
that's it. That's what I was looking for. See, Jack, sometimes you're speaking on my half because I go a bit brain dizzy up here. Right, so honestly, I would say, like as I was talking earlier, I was a massive procrastinator. The words come out eventually. So massive procrastinator. And if I could give myself one tip from future me to the past self before starting this, start now. The thing is, if you like achieve the perfect, say you've got the perfect personal development plan, your mindset's glory, you're all happy with how it is, don't say, right, I'm at this place now, so I'm going to start this in a year. Why? To me, that's procrastinating. I think Jack would agree. Why start something later that you can start today? That's the way I look at it. I think that is so important. So if you can't come up with one valuable reason, I'm putting 2 fingers up, but one valuable reason why you shouldn't start today, then absolutely fine. But if you can't think of a valuable reason, that means the time is now. So that is my biggest tip, definitely.
Yeah.
So I've got some coming out, Jack.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. As Jack says to me, this is a big one Jack said to me, I've said to him, I want this goal by this date. And he'll be like, yeah, that's fine, but what's your goal? And I said, but I want this goal. And he goes, no, tell me your goals that you're going to do in order to reach that goal. And I'm like, smart one. So he said that to me a lot of times, and it's so true. That's fine. Set one big goal, but do loads of little goals to help you achieve that big goal. Because the more you do, it's implementing them steps towards achieving that big goal. So definitely Jack's number one for that. So what I'd also say is map out a 5-year plan. Me and Jack like doing this, what we call visualizing, which we are big fans of. We sometimes make, oh my God, vision boards.
Vision boards.
That's it.
I have vision board. I have vision boards
Can you show it?
everywhere. Can I show it? I don't want to screen share just for
But you can upload it as an example, maybe.
I've essentially got one on the back of my phone, which I can't see because I've got like to-do lists and stuff on there. And then I have one on the back of my laptop as well. So whenever I look at my phone or my laptop, I'm looking at that vision board. So let me just give you some of the things that are on my vision board for visualizing and mapping out that plan. Is like, we are wanting, like, me and my fiance, like, we will eventually get married one day. So I've got rings on there. I've got sort of how many people I want in my organization. We want to do a motorhome in the USA, like one summer. Like, we want to do a big RV. Our dream home, like Disneyland, Paradise Island, like all different things that I'm wanting, and what I want in the next like 1, 2, 3, 5 years. Yeah, like that's how I do mine essentially. And then it goes back to what Sean had said then, like what I'm a big advocate of is that don't just think about your goal, think about the goals that get you to that goal. Okay. Focus on the small goals, and the big goals will look after themselves. Like, it's like look after the pennies, and the pennies look after the pounds. It's exactly the same. Look after your small goals, and the small goals make
absolutely.
And
I'll definitely come up with one more that's really important to me before I throw it over to Jack, because I'm sure he's got a lot to say.
Here we are.
Oh,
here we are. This is last year. I did this back in the last year. Don't know if you can see that.
Yes, I can. It's nice and colourful.
So we've got them. I have them like dotted everywhere, essentially. Right.
I need to print mine off.
Focus,
I do need to print mine off, so that's a good idea. Thank you. But yeah, no, definitely. My last one before popping it over to Jack is learn to enjoy the moment. I don't know about you, but I'm a massive, massive overthinker, and I spend most of my time overthinking rather than actually enjoying that moment and living in the moment. And you know what? It's so important, because without it sounding very cheesy, you get one moment once. Say you're doing something, you're only going to get that one moment once. They don't happen again. We don't get that chance to relive that moment. And I think it's so important, especially in what we do, is not to overthink and overplan it and do the big stuff and focus, I need to do this, You still need to learn to breathe, take a deep breath, take time for you, but also to live in the moment. And I think that is so important. And whatever you're doing in life, live in the moment. That is my biggest thing, I would say, because I'm trying to learn. I'm still a massive overthinker, and I can think 10 years into the future and be worrying about something that hasn't even happened. But I will think about it, because that's what happens. But live in the moment, enjoy every moment. That is all I can say. Jack?
For sure. So starting a personal development blog. Now, I'm not saying go and set up yourself a social media account where everyone's going to be able to see your journey. If you are that way inclined, that's the word for it, then go ahead and do that. Okay, if you're comfortable with doing that, then do that. But what I mean is, like, get a journal, get a diary, write down what you've been doing, and then you'll be able to look back and see a big difference. If you're not too fancy on the writing, you're not too liking it, literally grab your phone, record a video, whether it be 60 seconds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever, 5 minutes, whatever, however long you want it to be. Upload, create yourself a Google Drive and just upload them into your Google Drive. So it's like in a cloud on the internet somewhere that nobody else can see. Just date them, and then when you want to go back and be like, so say you did one today, and you on the 11th of March 2022, you're like, hey, what were I doing this time last year? You can go back to that video and be like, hey, have a look at it, and you can see how far you've come. Okay, it's not an essential, but it helps. Identifying your blind spots. Now, ideally, you're going to need to work with someone to do this. Identifying your blind spots. Like, I still have blind spots, but I have people working on there to help me with them, and I'm also helping other people identify theirs. Like, you can't see these on your own. You need somebody else. You need not a third party, a second party, third. I don't bloody know. Third party. You need someone else to come in and be like, hey, this is how it is. Okay. But creating healthy habits, that's going to help you along down your journey. Creating them habits, like, if you are wanting to say wake up earlier in the morning and try and smash a lot of things in the morning, a brilliant book that you can go ahead and purchase or get a PDF for free. Like, I'm sure I can find a PDF somewhere if anyone wants it. Drop a comment below, put hashtag miracle morning, something like that, and I will find a PDF for it for you. But that's going to help you wake up earlier in the morning and help you get that routine and that habit built up for in the morning. Okay, same with habits. Like getting the good habits, you need to eliminate the bad, and I would do them with creating good to coincide with it. Okay, so say for instance, quitting smoking. Okay, that's a bad habit, but don't just be like, hey, I want to get rid of that bad habit. You need to implement something with it. Okay, so whenever you feel like you want a fag, instead drink half a liter of water. Okay, drink half a liter of water, neck it down. It's something totally different, and it's going to help you in the long run, like on a healthier sort of state. Okay, but like, and then treat yourself and reward yourself. Like the money that you save from not buying cigarettes or tobacco or whatever, treat yourself. Okay, I can't really say anything. Like, I spend more vaping than I ever did smoking. Like, it's just what happens, isn't it? But for me personally, that's a healthier option for me. Cutting down on your screen time, especially before bed. Figure out and sort of look at maybe doing a sleep hypnosis where it's going to be feeding your brain through the night, and just feeding your head with good information. Again, if you are wanting to find ways to help you sleep and to develop your mindset whilst you're sleeping as well, drop a comment below, put hashtag sleep, okay, and I'll figure you out some nice little hypnosis that you can use as well for that. Yeah, creating routines that's going to help you with habits, can help with your personal development journey, and reading personal development books. If you're not a big reader, audiobooks, same as what I do. Figure out what areas you wanted to do. So don't just go and put into Amazon personal development books and then buy a personal development book. No, figure out what you want to change first, and then go and find a book on that. And then that book may lead you onto another book, into another book, into another book. Yeah. If you're not in a position where you're wanting to change your physique in personal development, don't put in personal development and then buy a diet book. Like, it's not something, is it? If you're wanting to change your personal development because you're wanting to fetch yourself out of a negative slump, don't go and find yourself a personal development to achieve financial freedom. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not coincide with what is right for you. 30-day challenges, or any day challenges to be fair, are awesome. Find an accountability partner. So me and Shauna, we are ourselves accountable a lot. Like, it's what we do. Hence, we then create this group because it's something we wanted to do, accountable, and hope you can be accountable to. But find an accountability partner, whether that be a gym buddy. Yeah, I have, when I go to the gym a lot. When I did pre-COVID. Yeah, like, I would use my sister as a gym accountability partner, because I would message her every time I went to the gym, or any, I was like, hard of so fancy going. She'll be like, no, get off your arse and get going to the gym. Do you know what I mean? You need that push. So yeah, for anything, commit. I know I said about routine before, but commit to the routine. Don't just be like, I need that new routine. Nah, I need to commit to the new routine that I have set. That's what we want to be doing. Ask for feedback for people. Feedback is awesome. Yeah, avoid any impulse behaviors that are going to push you out of that journey you're about to be on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pay attention. Okay. Pay attention to the thoughts that you're having. The thoughts, like we said before, the neurons that wire together fire together. If you're putting bad energy, bad thoughts into there, it's going to put shit out. Like, it's just how it is. Again, that sort of goes into the law of attraction side of things. We'll cover that in another week. Expand your network. So expand your circle. Okay. If you're not happy with the people that are around you and they're putting you in a low slump, like, you are the average of the 5 people you spend most time with. So if you are sort of being with people that are I don't believe in personal development. I'm not doing personal development, and that's all 5 people. It's never going to rub off on you. Do you know what I mean? And although you may need to start your personal development journey before you find them people, I'd find them people pretty quick, and you will do when you start. Like, you know, pay attention to people that are in this group as well. Like, connect with them. Do you know what I mean? I'm more than happy to buddy up with you until you find the right partners and the right circles for you. Eating well as well, eating the foods that go into your body helps you as well, helps you process a lot of the things that you're learning as well. Not something major, but it's good to go with. I'm going to do a couple more, then I'm going to pass it over. Let go of the past. Okay, what have you done in the past? Whatever's happened in the past, like, don't let that dwell your personal onto your new journey. Like, it's not something that needs to be happening. And be very good with being imperfect. Okay, nobody's perfect. Although you may feel like you're on top of the world, you may feel like you're perfect with every situation that is going on in your life right now. Like, be aware that you're not perfect. You're very far from it. You're very imperfect, and yeah. But yeah, do you want to flick through some more, Shauna? There's some more on a list, and then with like a couple more minutes on it, and then we'll flip out, give these guys some resources on how they can go ahead and do it.
Yep.
And I'm sure we can cover our stories throughout the week sometime, something like that.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. Right. So next one is get outdoors. Don't know about you guys, but I am a massive outdoorsy person. I think Jack is too. I just feel very calm outdoors. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the air or, like, weirdly enough, I like the smell of fresh air. I'll open the door in the morning and be like, wow, that smells beautiful this morning. Don't know what it is, but it gives me such a massive impulse and it sets me up for the day. Outdoors literally wakes me up and it makes me feel so good about what's going on in my life right now. Yes, focus on one thing at a time. This is one big thing I've had to work on. Sometimes I like starting one thing and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I could do these 4 other things. It's never going to work. If you're separating your focus instead of focusing on one thing, you're never going to give your all into that one thing that's so important. Instead, you're going to be separating it across all of them. Then you're going to get fed up with doing that, and then you're going to end up doing nothing. So I definitely say focus your attention on one thing at a time, because your mindset is better that way, definitely. And I think Jack touched a bit on creativity earlier, but yeah, definitely allow time for creativity. It's amazing. I love to read. I love to write. I love to play piano, and I love gaming. So that's creative to me. It's not, I didn't say that, it's not, but I do love to write, and I love writing every different bit. I love journaling. I love doing poetry. I love doing little short stories, but it gets my mind on paper. And sometimes it empties your mind from the day. If you are having a bad day, don't be afraid to write that down, because you won't believe how good it is for it to get out of there onto paper. And it's something you can look at in the future and be like, wow, I can't believe I felt like that. I do not feel like that now. Honestly, that is the most amazing thing I would advise. And yes, Jack did touch on a morning routine, so he's going to sort you out that. And an evening routine, I believe you're going to sort, if anyone wants help with the sleep hypnosis, you did say to drop a hashtag, didn't you, for the sleep hypnosis?
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, so definitely there is loads out there and they're so helpful. My biggest thing is I listen to instrumental music. That's always been my thing, how I get to sleep. I listen to piano and instrumental calming music. It really sends me off into a nice dreamland and it sets me off for the night. So that's definitely my thing. Spending time alone. This is so important. Obviously, if you love hanging out with people, obviously myself, I used to spend a lot of time alone and I kind of got used to that. Obviously, I've adapted now where I like other people's company because it gives me the vibes, it makes me feel good. But honestly, spending time alone is so good. Even sitting in silence, getting your thoughts together, even if you sit in silence, close your eyes, deep breaths, like meditation, it is so, so good because it really clears your mind and it's what way to put it. So it's like if you are, again, we'll go back to having a bad day because there's a lot that can be had at the moment. If you are having a bad day, go to your room, sit in silence for a few seconds, close your eyes and take deep breaths and think it through. Because when you're alone, it's your peace around you, the silence, and you actually can collect your thoughts. If you decide I'm having a bad day, I'm going to go shopping surrounded by people, your bad day is not going to get any better. You're going to start taking it out on people around you because you're in your way of something in the queue. So definitely don't do that. I don't advise to go take it out on strangers at a shopping place.
Yeah, just to add on that as well, like being on your own and learning to accept that being on your own is okay. Like it is good. Like also be aware of your emotions. Like your emotions play a big part in it. Don't decide to be on your own a lot. If you can't deal with that, like if that's not a thing that you can deal with, like, and you're not emotionally prepared to do that, like I used to enjoy being sort of like having my downtime and my own time, but I was very much a people person. Now, if that all changed, and I was only slightly a people person and like a lot on my own, like that wouldn't do it. And again, this is what's going to help you on a journey. If you wanted to go ahead and start one, it's going to help you get in touch with your emotions and figure out what they are and what's happening to you deep down, for you to push forward out of that, and how to utilize the development side of your journey to come out of it and snap out of it. Also, something I would say as well is
absolutely. Also, go for it.
Sure. Another thing I'd say as well is definitely. I think you keep freezing, mate.
Do I? Am I freezing at the moment?
So yeah, another thing as well is like slightly, yeah, I think you're a little bit out of sync. But yeah, so another thing that I like to do as well is like Shauna said, like I'm an outdoors person as well. I do like nature. It's finding time to get out there and doing them things, you know. Yeah, like it's just one of the things, like being out there, it's good. And others, I speak to someone that actually walks outside just in bare feet. And I'm not saying like on normal streets like stepping in glass and stuff, but I'm saying like going out into the fields and just walking bare feet like through it, and it does something to you. It does something to your chemicals in your body or something, like it's just good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you want to do one or two more and then we'll
Absolutely, but I like that. Not walking out on bare glass or anything. Nice fields are good. And walk on bare glass. That was a good one. I like that. Perfect. So yeah, care for your relationships. I definitely, Jack, would you say that's a massive one, especially in the industry we're in? Personal relationships, work relationships.
Yeah, for sure. Like you need to, yeah, I'd say in the industry that we're in, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because like I think the thing is as well, especially the industry, like me and Jack are massive family orientated people. I care for the relationships I keep with my family. If I haven't heard from them a day, I go a bit panicking, like what's happened. So I keep in touch with them. And it's the same with the circle we are in now. We like keeping in touch with each other. Me and Jack, we like seeing what the other's doing, how their day's been, what's going on in the world. So the relationships you have, it is so important to keep relationships tight and definitely care for them, and don't just swipe them across carpet, because not all, like our relationship's quite strong, as Jack explained in the first one. Our relationship came a long way from we met once and then again and then bang, so this has happened. So it's really awesome. But definitely care for your relationships. And I will give you one definitely last important one before we move on. So massive thing I've learned in life, I think Jack as well, it's learn to forgive. It isn't the easiest thing to do. To me, it's like a massive milestone in life. Someone that's hurt you or they've done this to you or done that, it's so hard to forgive that person and forget about what they've done. But let me advise you, holding on to anger and resentment is not a good thing. Learning from it, however, is amazing. The only thing, when you are carrying all these emotions and you can't forgive that person, the only person you are hurting is yourself. You're not doing any damage to them. They've already done what they've done and they're gone. The only damage is being caused now is on yourself, and it's not fair to do it to yourself. Why would it have anything to, you shouldn't take out what's happened on yourself. Personally, I find it is such a hard thing to do, forgiving others for what they've done to you, but it's such a big step and it changes you as a person, your mindset, your positivity, and you actually feel proud of yourself for doing that. You're like, right, I forgave that person for doing this and I feel good about it. You don't feel, oh, they don't deserve it. You feel good. So definitely forgive. Learn how to forgive.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, some of the resources I wanted to give you in order to get yourself started in the right foot. If you can think of any more as I'm rounding some of these off. These are literally just off my head because obviously I'm into doing it all the time. Mm-hmm. But podcast is definitely the biggest one for me. Like, go and search podcast, it's going to help you. Again, like I said before, I'm going to burp again, sorry. be going into your Apple Podcast or your Spotify or whatever, or wherever you get your podcast, wherever you stream your podcast from. I think Deezer, you can do that now, right? That I seen recently. I'm like, cool. I've not used Deezer in like since I said 1992. Then I wasn't even born. I mean, like since like 2012 or something like that. Last time I used Deezer, right?
Okay.
But,
good on you.
But don't just be like personal development podcast. Like go to the specific area that you wanna fulfill in. Okay, a brilliant one to watch, to listen to. Go and search for Adrian Z Wesley. Okay, Adrian Z Wesley changed my life. Okay, and it's good to get started with. You've got audiobooks. Audiobooks. If you're not a big reader, audiobooks are a good way to go. I think Amazon Audible, you can use. That's what I use. I think I pay like a £3 subscription, £4 subscription a month, and I get like 1-2 credits a month, something like that, to get new books in. It's good for me for driving and stuff. I can put a audiobook on rather than obviously reading, because reading and driving is dangerous. Don't do it. I'm
glad you had to point that out. Don't read and drive.
Apart from yeah. Another one is like joining groups like this. Okay. If obviously I know people, then go ahead and say like as they watch this video, like for the people that are coming into this group and stuff, like obviously we're only like a minute number right now. I think we're on about 39-40 people. As a little milestone mark for us in like 6 months time when we look back on this video. But like as the more it goes on, the more we will then put things up in the topics and the guides of the group to help you on that journey for sure. Books are a good thing. Other Facebook groups, like I said. Speaking with the people that have already what you want.
Definitely, that's a big one.
PD wise. Do you know what I mean?
I would say
sure.
one of my, to be honest, my massive one, Jack, for resources is YouTube. YouTube has everything.
Yes.
Help with morning routine, meditation.
The only thing I would say with YouTube is that you need to have willpower. Okay. Some of you guys watching this video right now, you may actually be watching this on YouTube because we do upload it onto YouTube as well afterwards. But just you need to have willpower, not to be like search for a video, watch a video, and then go and watch a video about horses running in a field, okay? and then maybe like the craziest car crashes in the world, and then maybe how do frogs live frog spawn? Do you know what I mean? Like that's not what you know what I mean.
You've got a point.
You need to have the willpower to watch the video, and then go and find another video that you need to watch, not following on. Which is something that it winds me.
All I'd advise is like, do you know what, Jack is 100% right. I found myself doing it and smacked myself in the hand. What I've done now is made a playlist of my personal development videos. So it's in that list. I let it play so I don't start looking. When you start searching for another video, that's when you get into the deep water. And as Jack says, you could be watching cute kitten.
Yeah.
She's doing stupid things. It's easy like that. But definitely what I do is make a playlist.
Death is on, isn't it?
It's so easy. That's the problem, Jack. It's so easy to be like, motivation, feeling good. And next minute, look at that puppy. And it's like, wait, no, I was doing motivation. I've got to go back. But it's so
easy. It's the same with TikTok. Okay, so if anyone's been on TikTok, you can also come follow me on there at Jack D Harker. Same as my Instagram, same as my Facebook. Okay, but I'm going to start doing some more about my journey on there, from transitioning from where I am now, like a full-time trucker, as well as a full-time business owner, to just becoming a sole full-time business owner, or like online business owner, right? That's the sort of thing that I'm going to be doing on my TikTok, to be fair. But like TikTok, you think, they're like 15 seconds to a minute long, and you think, just go on and watch just a couple, Never able to fit a couple, does it? 2 hours deep, and you're like, what's happened to my life?
Yeah.
It's frustrating. So what I decided to do was, instead of can't beat them, because I won't delete the app because there's some pretty good people on there for motivation. If you can't beat them, join them. So that's what we're doing, joining them.
That's a good tip. I like that.
but yeah, I would from the top of my head for you guys to start with, I'd say that were it for resources. Would you, mate?
Yeah, no, definitely. I'd say that's the most important ones to me specifically, is definitely those ones. So I would definitely start with those ones. And obviously, if you find anything down the line that helps you, definitely let us know. But like Jack said earlier, obviously, one, it gets you out of your comfort zone. Two, it's a good resource. And three, it's going to help you get confident. Start speaking to each other in this group. Honestly, it's amazing. If it helps you want us to make a little welcome group where you guys can chat, go for it. We'd love you to chat, get to know each other, and even if you want to say why you're here and why you've decided to join this group, that is comfort zone, confidence, and resource in one go.
Absolutely. I mean, go ahead. I don't, whether you're watching this live now or whether you're watching this in a couple of weeks on a replay, okay, see if the group's private. If the group is private, then what you can do if you want is to do a video or something in the group or do a post, and then once I do switch the group to private, or Sean will switch it to private, once we do that, nothing will ever leave this group. Like, no one will be able to see inside, and it won't be leaving the group. Like it just won't be happening. So that's when you can start trusting the group and stepping out your comfort zone. Okay, like obviously I do it daily. And I'm gonna help you guys do it too.
Absolutely.
There's a comment in here. I don't want to run. Can you see the comments?
Yeah, I'm just loading up. Yeah.
So they're pleased. I don't want to butcher a name. But yeah, please don't get me started with TikTok. Like, it's a common
Oh, it's
thing,
Priya. That's Priya. Yeah. Hey, Priya.
Oh,
yes. I don't
my
blame you,
bad.
because
Sorry, Priya.
TikTok is like a whirlwind. 1 minute you're like, oh, this is good, and watching things. But as you said, Jack, you get lost in everything. YouTube, TikTok. It's even like we run our business off Facebook and Insta. You know how easy it is. We're doing work on it. Next one, we'll just flip through and look at a few posts. That can turn into an hour too. It's your brain literally like doing it automatically. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And you're like, oh crap, it's like an hour and a half later. It's the internet, man. It pulls you in, and you need to climb out.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we're gonna leave on that note. We're gonna leave on that TikTok bombshell. If you do want to come and give us a follow on there, I'm at Jetty Hawker. I don't know if Shauna is on there or doing anything on there.
Not at the moment, but I'm open to it. I will look into it. But this,
yeah,
I'm getting caught in that cycle of I'm stuck on it for 2 hours.
Isn't it? That's the thing with it. And that's the thing that I'm trying to get out of. And the only thing that I could think of to get out of that cycle is to join them. So that's what we're doing.
Oh yeah. Do you know what? I'm game. I'll give it a go. See how it goes.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's wrap things up. It's been a good chatting with you guys this week. We just over the hour. I appreciate anyone that's been on the live stream. I really appreciate every single person who watched on a replay. If you're watching up until this point on a replay, #replay, because that lets me know how dedicated you are to this group.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Peace out. Have a good Friday Eve. The rest of the